guys, it's Rose. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. In today's video, we are going to be building an entrance, which is very exciting because that's the first thing people see when they come to visit your island. And I actually have this whole area flattened so that I can build my entrance. I have an extremely close resident services to where my airport is. Yeah, it's very, very close. I did not realize how important the distance of your resident services to your airport is when I initially chose my island. But we are going to make the best of it, and I am going to show you how to build a beautiful, cozy entrance for your island if your resident services is very close to your airport like mine. When I flattened my island, I decided I was going to go with a different walkway, and I think a walkway from the left of my resident services to my airport in kind of an upside down L shape will give me room to build a really pretty entrance and still be really close to my resident services. So the first thing that I am doing is placing down a fake little path so I can just get an idea of where I want to start terraforming. My idea is to build cliffs in between the resident services and the airport, and I want to have some trees too, so I'm just making sure there's a space in between everything because you can't plant trees right next to cliffs or right next to buildings. So I always find that really helpful when I'm doing my builds, is to make sure I'm planning for trees so that you don't get frustrated down the line when you can't fit in any trees. And if you've watched any of my speed builds before, you know I am a huge fan of including a ton of trees, probably too many trees. But right now I am just working on my base level and just kind of trying to figure out where I want all of the cliffs to go, and I'm trying to make sure I'll have enough room to put some cliffs and waterfalls on top, because I really wanted my entrance to have some really nice waterfalls when you fly over as a visitor. So right now I am just adding to the first level. I'm just building up my base in between my resident services and my airport. I'm trying to build it at least 5 wide in some parts so that I have room to put 3 by 3 cliffs on top, and this is so I can round off the corners and also build waterfalls. And I also like to make sure I can round off the corners of my bottom level as well. So I'm just trying to get a good shape going that I like, that I can fill in with some furniture and trees later. I am using the brown in-game path, the dirt path, so that I can just mark off where I want the trees to go and make sure I leave enough space from the cliffs so that I can actually plant a tree there. So now it is a few hours later and I am back to add some plants to our terraforming that we've done so far. Usually when I add plants, I add trees and flowers and bushes, and I also love to add some weeds. So I try to just alternate between hardwood and pine trees, or I guess in the game they're called cedar trees, hardwood and cedar trees. But I try to vary between the two of those types of trees, as well as try to give a lot of different variety in height between the bushes, the cliffs, and the trees. So I decided to put 2 trees right in front of the entrance, kind of one towards the left and one towards the right, so that you got an instant foresty vibe once you walked off the plane. And I kind of think it sets the whole tone from the theme of my island. Now I am jumping up to the second level and adding some cliffs and some waterfalls, and I'm just trying to play around with where I'd like everything to go. And again, I'm just trying to make everything 3 by 3 so that I can round off all the corners so it looks really nice and really natural and not too rigid with straight lines. I also wanted to make sure you couldn't see over the top of this from the entrance, so I made sure to leave enough room for some trees on the very top level as well. And here I am connecting the two waterfalls so that they can kind of have like a little pond right here to the left of the entrance. Now I'm just erasing some of the path that I initially laid down to kind of mark out where I wanted everything, and I am replacing it with a custom design path and some wooden planks. I love to alternate between the two of those. I actually decided to move the tree over just a little bit, just because I wanted the chair or stool to be more centered with the entrance, so I wanted the tree to go behind it. So I moved everything, the tree, the cliffs, over just a little bit to accommodate that. I really wanted the two waterfalls to have a cliff that was joined together. I finally got them terraformed to my liking, and I think that's the biggest thing when you are terraforming. I think a lot of people in the Animal Crossing community have a lot of questions about terraforming, and I think that's the biggest thing, is just kind of just getting started. Like, sometimes you just have to put a cliff down and you hate it, but at least like from there you can make some changes and figure out what you do want it to look like. And sometimes too, I have to take a break. This entrance, I wanted it to be really pretty, and it took me, I think, 5 different times of me playing Animal Crossing and like logging in and logging out, taking a break, trying again, looking at it again, and that's okay. You know, not everything you're going to be able to get on your first try. I definitely don't get everything right on my first try. It may seem like that from YouTube when you edit out, you know, everything, but it's definitely not always perfect. And Lolly, oh my gosh, she was just right wherever I was building. She was just standing right there, and I was really getting on my nerves. So this time when I logged in, it was actually the same day. I just logged in at like 6 a.m. because I thought the sky looked really pretty then, and I needed some peaceful music to revisit this. But I finally got my cliffs to the left to my liking, and so I continued fixing my path. And Lolly Lolly still was insisting on walking wherever I happened to be building. She was so excited to be a part of it. She's just standing on whatever place I was trying to build on. I almost wanted to close out of the game so that she would respawn somewhere else because I was getting so annoyed by it. So now I'm just kind of figuring out where I want the other side of the entrance to lead to. I kind of wanted like this initial sitting spot and then for it to go to the resident services, and then I think I want to behind this put my Nooks and Able sisters. I think it'll just be really convenient to have it right by the entrance and right by resident services, so everything you need is kind of right there, and then you like in the back is more like foresty and mountainy, all that good stuff. I got the path to my liking, and now I am going to be working on the waterfall and the little pond that's going to be on the right side of the entrance. And on the second level, I'm building a 3x3 cliff and rounding off the corners so that it looks nice and natural. And then I'm just gonna add a double waterfall for the right side of the entrance. I really want, when you know how you can move your camera up and down in Animal Crossing? When you enter my island, I really want, like, when you scroll up to be able to see the two waterfalls and it just be a really pretty view when you are entering the island. That was my goal, and so I was really keeping that goal in mind while I was building everything. I also thought this was so cute when I think I went to go eat lunch, and when I came back, Lolly and Tingy were just sitting here singing together, and it was so cute, so I had to include. I also expanded some of the cliffs to make sure I had room to put trees on the second level. I really like the look of trees on the ground floor and on the cliffs because I just think it gives it a lot of depth and a lot of variety, and I think that looks realistic too, so that's something that I do really enjoy adding, and a good tip for you if you want a lot of variety in height in your island when you take pictures and stuff like that. So I'm really liking how everything is coming together so far, and so I felt like that was a good stopping point. And so this clip is actually from the next day for me, in real life, not in game, but well, yeah, in game too. But I heard that it was gonna be snowing in Animal Crossing today, so I changed my outfit. I wore red holiday color sweater and some boots and some leggings in the game, because I always like to match my outfit to what's going on in the game. So got my snowy gear on and I was ready to finish decorating. I added in some leaf piles to the floor and just a few other plants and stuff like that. Me adding the street lamp, which I think added a really nice height variety to the scenery we were making. And then I went around my island to steal some trees that weren't needed in other spots, and I got some more plants, bushes, and flowers from my very overgrown garden that you saw if you watched my last video. I did give away a ton of flowers and sell a ton on Nookazon since then, so that's good news. And if you need any flowers, definitely leave a comment for me and I will gladly give you some. I have a ton of purple and blue hybrids still. So now I'm really focusing on decorating the top levels of my entrance. The things that I usually use on the top levels when I'm decorating are bushes, flowers, weeds, a country fence, and log stakes. Occasionally I'll put down a mushroom or two, but for the most part I just like to keep it very natural and pretty simple. I don't like to fill up every single space, but I do like it to look really full and lived in. I'm also adding this cute little like fall leaves custom design that I found, and also the clear transparent design so that flowers do not grow all over the tops of these cliffs. Then I did decide that I wanted to build a seasonal lamp from a DIY that I had, so I had to go to my house and grab some materials. I think the Bounty's lamp is made with maple leaves and clay, so I think that's what I ended up grabbing, but I wanted to turn it white because I thought it would match with the street lamp and the lilies of the valleys really well. And originally I think I put it on a mush log, yeah, and I didn't like all of the white. I just thought it was too much and it wasn't looking quite how I wanted, and neither was that cushion, so I ended up adding a mom's cushion and then a log stool with a lamp on top, and I thought that looked so pretty together. And I put down my Rover's briefcase because I think it looks really cute, like you're coming in from the airport. Just adding a few more things to the top of my cliffs. Okay, you guys, we are nearing the end of our speed build, so I'm going to give you a quick little tour of our finished entrance area. Right when you step off of the airport, you can see a little bench with a cushion and a rover's briefcase, and I'm gonna walk all the way around my entrance so that you can see all of the decorations on the top level over on the right side of the entrance. And then as well, here's all the decorations I put on the left side of the entrance. So that is this finished speed build. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, you guys!